Go ahead.
Alrighty, hello everybody. It's so exciting. I started baking these cookies and Tim wasn't home and I didn't want to do another one of those me holding it over the thing so you couldn't see anything. So I started making the cookies and then he came home. So I'm gonna give you this because it's really cool. It's called Chippy Oatmeal Raisin or Chippy Oatmeal Chip Cookies. But the thing that's great about this is they make bars or cookies. Just like if you want to do the chocolate chip cookie dough recipe, you can make it into bars by just pressing it into a 13x9 pan and cooking that. I want to say about a half an hour. So the chocolate chip cookies we made so long ago, if you wanted to make bars out of that, but I never thought to mention that to you because everybody always makes the cookies. Well, this Chippy Oatmeal Raisin or you can put raisins and chocolate chips in it. I'm going to put chocolate chips in it. Is really quick and easy. In here already, I've already started because like I said, I didn't know if he'd be able to be home or not. There is 1 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 3/4 cup, which is a stick and a half of butter was softened, 2 eggs, 1 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm trying to make it creamy, so it's in the middle of getting ready to be beaten creamy. So that's basically, it was halfway there when I picked it up for you to see. Thanks for coming home so you could do this, honey. I guess they didn't have to see me put all those things in there for sure, huh? You can see the pieces of butter floating around in there. My butter wasn't completely super softened yet. It still had some. I took it out of the freezer hours ago thinking, you know, it would be workable right now, but you can still see some butter in there, the pieces. But it's going to be okay. So now that we're at the creamy, I believe we're at the creamy stage, I'd say. There you go. That's creamy. Now we're going to throw in 3/4 cup of flour and we're going to mix that together really well. We're going to go hit it again, and I'm also going to stop and scrape it in a little while. So really quick, sorry about that, I did it again, putting my arm in the way. I just don't want that flour to come flying over the top. So I'm kind of changing the speed as I go along. There you are, it's mixed well, but I want to scrape the sides quickly and do it one more time. This thing gets in my way. It's the only thing about this mixture. I wish they made it where it actually went all the way up and out of your way, but then I guess all the ingredients will go floating back towards the machine. So
It'll be easier to just take the bowl off.
yeah, I do that sometimes too, except that if I don't take this off, then it starts, I've many a times put my bowl back on ingredients that have fallen onto the bowl stand, you know, because it drips. So it's easier to take it off and just kind of bang it on it a little bit. I do it softly because remember guys, I showed you how some of the enamel came off when I was banging once last year, so I had to get another one of these scrapers. But yes, remember what we're going to buy for Paula. The same thing that we bought for Danielle for Christmas, and that's the one with the scraper on the side, and see if it makes a difference. So there we go. We'll just put this right back on now. So I want to just hit it. It doesn't need much more. I just want to make sure that everything is incorporated. And then we're just quickly going to, there you go. See how smooth it is? And there we go. Quite beautiful actually. Oh, yummy. There you go. So the next step, once I get all this off of here, and I'll take the time to pull it all off afterwards. I don't want to have you stand here and watch me pull it all off right now. I'll do that after we've stopped. You're so funny. Then we just put in whatever. First of all, it's of course it says to put in your morsels. They call them morsels. They're chocolate chips to me. I'm going to put in just a whole bunch. They say here to use 1 12-ounce, which is 2 cups. And they say mini morsels, but I'm not using mini because I'm not going to do the raisins. Because the main theme of this is raisins, and that's just gross. I'm not using raisins. So I'm going to go 2 cups of regular size. I'm not a raisin girl. I don't know. I shouldn't have raisin bias, I suppose. But I do. So there's 2 cups of that. I'll start mixing it in because what's going in there next is going to be our quick oatmeal. And I do not use the thick oatmeal only because they say not to. They say to use the quick kind in here. However, there are some recipes, and I was just talking to my sister Shyla about this last night. She was making, yeah, I'll clean that off in a minute. She was making apple crisp last night, and we were talking about, you know, she was like, oh, I'm going to use the quick kind or versus the Timothy.
Shh, I'm helping.
The quick kind. Yeah, you can have it after I get this bit off there. Now it's all yours. You can keep playing with it like that if you want. There, you can take it.
I only got one hand.
That's okay. You don't need more than one hand right this second. Okay, so now I'm going to put in 2 cups of quick oatmeal. Anyways, the conversation I started to say was that we talked about quick versus the long, you know, the big ones that haven't been chopped up like this, and when's the time you should use each one. So we were actually having this conversation, one versus the other, last night while she was making apple crisps. So, but this one says to use the quick kind, and so because they say, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not putting the raisins in there because Alex doesn't like them, and Alex is the one that asked for these cookies, so he's getting it done his way. So here we go. All I need to do is incorporate, and I feel like I'm going to break this thing because it's, so I'm going to change. I'm not going to use my spoonula because I do not want to break my spoonula. I am going to go get a big old thick spoon that I can stir it with. I'll use this to scrape the edges later while I'm putting it on the pan. There we go. There we are. I'm going to use this big old thick one that I can just, doesn't matter, nothing's going to hurt. It's not going to hurt anything. There we go.